Is it possible that your life, business, relationships, energy, health, and balance can flourish as never before, despite even the most difficult of circumstances? Is it possible for you to build supportive, high performance teams, even with those people you're pretty certain God put on the planet to bug you? Is it really possible for you to have more fun, a greater sense of purpose, and genuine peace of mind in a world accelerating so quickly that there is more computer technology in your children's Christmas toys than in the Apollo spacecraft that went to the moon in 1969? And is it even remotely possible that your family can actually flourish with unstoppable love and connection despite the seemingly endless distractions of television, the internet, Madison Avenue, cell phones, traffic, malls, and instant messaging? The answer to these enormous, vital questions is woo! Yes! Stop reading right now and yell out the word woo! Go ahead, you could pause the video. Isn't that a fun word? Now, if anyone asks you what you've been reading and thinking about, put a big grin on your face, look them right in the eye, and say, "You got it." Woo! Come on, y'all. Woo! Back to business. Oh, man. Woo stands for something very special. It is the window of opportunity. And with every ounce of my heart and soul, I want you to know that we all share the most important, magical, and magnificent of all woos right now. Do you know what it is? It is every precious moment. Every precious moment is a woo! What do I mean? You never know if the next person you meet today may become your lifetime friend, just as you didn't know it when you met your lifetime friends. You never know if the next woman you meet in the elevator may become the most important business builder you've ever recruited. You never know if the next time you talk with your son, daughter, spouse, or friend, something you say in the conversation may be the one crucial thing that they could not see without your eyes. And a life that was on its way down is instantly reignited. You never know if the next idea that pops into your head may have the same impact on your own life, right? Reigniting your flame, light my fire. I had a high school counselor named Mr. Anderson who pulled me into his office in the ninth grade, sat me down, and with an intensity that surprised me because he's usually so lighthearted and jovial, this is what he said to me. "Brian, a student like you only comes along once every 10 or 15 years. At that time, it was pretty likely he meant in a bad way more than he meant in a good way. You see, I was at a point in my life where all I really wanted was for everyone to like me. So I was playing the clown, not applying myself anywhere near my potential. But Mr. Anderson saw through all of that. What he was really saying to me in that moment was, "Brian, don't waste the gifts you've been given. Live fully. Put your heart into all that you do. When each day is done, know you've given all you had. That's what really matters in life." And you know, I got it. I would not be a part of this wonderful book right now had Mr. Anderson not seized that woo so long ago. I never would have earned my way into Stanford University, never would have had my life move in the exciting directions in which it has flowed, and most of all, would never have come together with my wife and children. Aww. The question is there a woo? There is. The real questions are, how many of those woos have we missed? And why, oh why do we miss them? This chapter is about seizing the woo. Carpe WOO. As you learn to make the most of every precious moment, you will discover the secrets that will enable you to answer those enormous questions of life posed at the beginning of this chapter with a triumphant, resounding, woo! Yes! Carpe WOO, Lesson 1. What you focus on is what you create. Here's a little fun question. Fun little question. What color is a yield sign? When I ask this question in my seminars, I always hear the audience yell out or call out, yellow! But many years ago, the United States adopted the international signage standards. And the yield signs you and I have seen for all these years are not yellow. They're red and white. I have a hunch you might be thinking something along the lines of, well, maybe they're red and white out there in Asheville, North Carolina, where you live, Brian, but not here. That's exactly what I thought when I was in the audience at a seminar and was asked the question for the first time. My answer was an immediate duh, yellow, but son of a gun. By the time I finished that seminar that day, they managed to change every single yield sign I've ever seen. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Every single yield sign I've seen ever since. The truth is, we've seen thousands of yield signs. We very likely see the same yield signs almost every day when we drive our standard routes to work or school. And yet, we haven't seen one of them for what's really there. Why? The truth is, we rarely use our vision to see. Instead, we use our memory, our conditioning. The challenge is, when we use our memory to see, we don't see what's here now. We see the past. Now, I hope you'll chuckle as I do every time I see a yield sign. But there are far more important areas in which to apply this understanding and use our present vision. Where does it really matter to awaken our true vision and no longer depend on our memory to see? I believe it's with people. Here's an example very close to my heart. My daughter Kelsey is 17 years young and drives her own car. The responsibility of driving has helped her feel more independent, confident, and mature. Yet, every so often, I treat her like an old yellow yield sign and look at her as if she's still 15. Every time I do, our relationship takes a step backwards and needs rebuilding. The truth is, what we focus on is what we create. That's law of attraction for you folks. Those yellow yield signs were visual creations far more real to me than the actual metal and paint. The way we see ourselves and others determines the life we create, the messages. It determines the life we create and the messages we send to friends, family, and teammates. As you work with others building businesses with you, remember that one fresh idea, one unusual approach to breaking through a disabling habit, or one small victory can ignite exciting new momentum and results. Look for the best in others, and you'll be more likely to help create it. Sidebar note, also look for the best in yourself. You'll be more than likely to create. Carpe WOO, Lesson 2. If it's not working, try something different. You've undoubtedly heard that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Yet, how often does that silly definition perfectly describe our actions and choices? Come on, y'all. What habits do we continue to follow, though the results they create are not only ineffective, but even painful, damaging, and self-defeating? Dum, 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 dum. The more closely you look at this principle, if it's not working, try something different, the clearer it becomes that truly living its lesson provides a powerful woo to ignite momentum where there once was stagnation, to transform adversity into exciting possibilities of benefit. You need look no further than the light that's illuminating the room you're in right now as you read this book or listen to this audio. Unless you're outside on a sunny day. for shining proof of the power of this simple principle. The genius who developed the electric light, Thomas Edison, was the king of if it's not working, try something different. Edison was the Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, and Wayne Gretzky of innovation all rolled into one. With more than 1,000 inventions and patents, more than any other individual in history, you'd think someone who produced such astonishing results must have had a tremendous academic background. Yet, Thomas Edison has had only 3 months of formal education. That's right, y'all. 3 months of formal education. Let that be a testimony to the knowledge is within, all right? In fact, by his late teens, Edison had lost all of his hearing in one ear, with an 80% loss in the other. What Edison lacked in formal education, and we don't have lack, but you know what he means, education and auditory capacity, he more than made up for in tenacity, flexibility, and an unstoppable commitment to continually learn and grow. When speaking about the work going on in his laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey, he growled, "Hell, there are no rules here. We're trying to accomplish something." To his deafness, he turned that supposed handicap into an important ingredient in his success. He used the silence associated with deafness to sharply enhance his powers of concentration. Edison spent more than 4 years and experienced some 4,000 failed attempts to create a functioning incandescent light bulb. But after each unsuccessful attempt, he adjusted and tried something different. After more than 3 years and 3,000 failures, one of his top assistants asked the great inventor how he could stand all the failure and lack of results. Edison replied, and this is the recipe right here for a life of wonder, light, growth, and resilience. Here's what he said, y'all. Results? My man, I've gotten a lot of results. I know several thousand things that won't work. The most important place to apply this principle is in facing and dealing with fear. Ultimately, all emotions in life fall into one of the two foundational categories, love and fear. The instant you choose the loving side, you feel it in every cell of your body. It is unmistakable. Mind, body, and spirit are in harmony. Life, joy, energy, and peace fill you. And you know with certainty that the choice you've made is right. The physiological, emotional, and spiritual response when you choose fear is every bit as striking. There's immediate and inescapable dissonance as if the wrong key is struck on the piano. Every single individual who has given up on building a network marketing dream did so because of some form of fear. Your job is to help them break through and move from fear to freedom, from failure to faith. So remember, if it's not working, try something different. When you live this principle, you live with a constant sense of possibility because you know you can always try a new approach or strategy. Instead of feeling trapped as so many people do, you have a choice in every precious moment. Carpe WOO, lesson number 3. Be a world-class buddy thinker. A great strategy for building an unbeatable team is to become a world-class buddy thinker. When you live with an attitude of gratitude, it becomes natural to catch others doing things right. But let me ask you an eye-opening question. Who are the people in our lives we tend to forget to thank the most? I've asked this question in every seminar I've ever taught and have always heard similar responses. The people we most often forget to thank are those to whom we are the closest. Our spouse, children, parents are the people we work beside every day. When triggered by the question, we see how easily we can fall into the habit of taking the people we love most for granted. We can rationalize that we don't need to tell the prized people in our lives how we feel about them because they should already know. But the end result of neglect is decay and diminution. Okay? The end result of neglect is decay and diminution. The more we fall into the habit of taking others for granted and withholding our appreciation, the more disconnected we become from the countless blessings in our lives. Countless, countless, countless. How do we reverse this downward cycle and become a world class buddy thinker? The secret is found in the words world class. After all, isn't that the kind of business you'd like to build? One that was viewed as world class? Here's a fun and easy way to remember how to become a world class buddy thinker. When you think of a world class amusement park, entertainment, who do you think of? Yeah, usually the answer is Disney. When you think of world class coffee houses, who do you think of? Sure. Starbucks is at the top of the list, yeah? Now, when you think of a world class sports television, who do you think of? That's right, you sporty people out there. ESPN. How do you become a world class buddy thinker? Easy. Just remember ESPN. The E stands for effort and energy. World-class buddy thinkers bring higher levels of effort and energy to the way they express appreciation and praise. They are more heartfelt, creative, and vibrant. They seize the woo to give third-party compliments that allow other key people to hear of the performance, and it has a touch of extraordinary personal attention to the praise that makes it more special and memorable. But the real key to mastering the E in ESPN is to thank people for their effort and energy, not just their results. The truth is, we don't control results. We control the effort, energy, and attitude we apply to work toward results. Okay? We don't control results. We control the effort, energy, and attitude we apply to work toward results. When you thank others for their effort and energy, guess what? They create more results. Why? Because now they are focusing on what they control rather than what they don't, right? Enjoying the process instead of the finish line. In 27 years of coaching basketball at UCLA, the greatest coach in history, John Wooden, never used the words winning or losing with his players. Me either. It's either you win or you're second place. Instead, he taught them that success is the peace of mind that comes from knowing you've given the best of which you're capable. In other words, he focused his coaching on his players' effort and energy. That unique focus led to 10 National Collegiate Athletic Association championships. Okay, that's the NCAA. All right. No other men's coach in college history has won as many as 4. That same simple principle is here for you right now. Right now. The S in ESPN stands for surprise. This is the least known and one of the most powerful leadership tools you have available to ignite others. Write personal cards to friends, teammates, clients, and family members, expressing your gratitude and admiration even when it's not their birthday or anniversary. These expressions will delight the recipients, and they will once again know that they are important. Email, which stands for energy mail, and voicemail provide fantastic opportunities to give compliments and to say thanks. Create moments for the special people in your life by giving unexpected gifts, arranging surprise events, or simply holding spontaneous, unexpected award ceremonies. You will light up others, and the result will be extraordinary loyalty, commitment, and fun. People love the fun. The P in ESPN is the most importante key, right? The most important key to becoming a world-class buddy thinker. In fact, it is the ultimate secret to balance, connection, and trust. The secret centers around a simple yet immeasurably profound principle called being fully present. Dun, 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 dun. Perhaps the most powerful way to understand this principle of being present, right, is to look clearly at what it is not, right? So we're going to be looking at right now the principle of being present by looking at what it is not. Several years ago, when I was the vice president of a large training company, I became painfully aware of what it means to not be present. At that time, we were a family of three: my wife, Carol, me, and our first daughter, Kelsey, who was 5 years young. Driven by an unrelenting, nearly suffocating feeling of being overwhelmed, I had fallen into the habit of reaching the office by 5 a.m. and not returning home until well after 6 in the evening. Many weekends I was away, teaching seminars around the country. Not once did I see my daughter get ready for kindergarten. Not once did I surprise her by picking her up from school to spend some special, unexpected moments together. I mistakenly convinced myself that I didn't have time. I had to be at the office first and had to put in more hours than anyone else. After all, I was driving myself for my family, wasn't I? When I trudged wearily through the door at 6:30 each night, Kelsey ran to me the instant I appeared in the house. She threw her arms around me and told me how much she loved and missed me as she looked into my eyes with pure joy. She then began to tell me all about the wonderful things that happened to her all day. Special, magical things that will only happen when you're 5 years young. And I missed it. I didn't hear a word she said. You see, when I walked in that door, my body showed up, but my mind, my heart, and my spirit were still back at the office. The most important people in my life were right there at home waiting for me, and I never really saw them or heard them when they most needed me because I was not present. This went on for months until one morning as I drove into work, I suddenly realized what my lack of presence was communicating to my wife and child. In that excruciating moment, it felt as if someone had bashed me full force in the stomach with a sledgehammer. It's been said, what you do screams so loudly, I can't hear a word you're saying. Nothing screams so loudly as our presence or a lack of presence. Every evening when I marched blankly through my front door, my thoughts still focused on the day's events. I expressed to Carol and Kelsey much more clearly than through words that they were not as important as all those other matters. As I continued to drive that morning, all I could see in my mind were Kelsey's shining eyes so filled with love. I was overcome with suffocating feelings of remorse and loss. Sobbing uncontrollably, I finally recognized how many precious moments of connection I had lost with her and Carol by not being present. I understood for the first time that there was nothing more important to me than becoming a master of being fully present for those I love. It was time to make the choice to come home. By being present, we let others know at our heart level how important they truly are. This is our greatest opportunity as parents, friends, professionals, and caring human beings. When others feel important, they begin to live up to their potential. Our presence breeds faith, belief, and positive expectation into their souls. Without this presence, we cannot truly give. Being present is not something you can fake. It's not a technique. It's a decision. Do you know whether someone is actually fully with you in mind, body, and spirit? Can you even tell over the phone? The answer is clear. We have a definite sense of whether others are right there with us, giving full concentration, are drifting off, and not truly connected. When we make the conscious and consistent decision to be fully present to the very best of our ability, we open ourselves to more joy than we've ever imagined and create the possibility to make the difference for which we were put on this earth. Finally, the end in ESPN. It's simply to do it now. Do it now. Do it right now. Now, 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 now. The street sign with the words as soon as leads directly to an endless loop called never. Seize the woo now. Okay? Just seize the day, all right? Carpe woo, carpe diem. It is the only sure way to leave regret in the past. You never, you may never pass this way again. Right? If you knew you only had 24 hours left in your life, who are the people you absolutely could not leave before telling them how much you love them, how much you appreciated them, and how much they mean to you? And my final question, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Remember, the past is history, the future a mystery, the gift is now. That's why we call it the present. Okay? Okay. Gratitude. This page here, page 8, gives a brief overview of Brother Man Brian Byro. And you can check that out with the book. It's just giving you a couple of his key parts of his journey, and some of the amazing platforms and just business that he's doing right now in the world. So shout out to Brian. This is where you can reach him by phone. Pero 828-654-8852. Or you can email him at bbyro@att.net. Okay? So he's here for you. He's here. All right. So the last 2 pages are in chapter 2. All right. And that's Bring the Right Attitude to Your Network Marketing Experience by Mr. John Terhune. Okay. Now, having spent a decade of my life in the field building downline organizations, I feel comfortable in telling you that it is impossible to build a successful organization without a consistent, fantastic attitude that inspires others to do what they would not have done without you as an attitude role model. Let's face something right now. Network marketing is more about failure and stumbling than it is about victories and the fast track. Don't be discouraged by that description from a field test veteran. Rather, understand that struggle and failure are a part of success in any great endeavor. Don't shy away from that aspect of success. Embrace it. And know that the development, maintenance, and protection of a great attitude can dramatically enhance your likelihood of a major life victory in network marketing. Here's why. One of the most powerful resources of the human beings is their attitude. A person's attitude touches in a positive or negative way every part of one's life. It affects people's relationships, their physical and mental energy, their stamina, their self-image, their work habits, their willingness to try something new and challenging, their ability to deal with stressful situations, their degree of happiness, and of course, their ability to achieve beyond their current circumstances. Give me a distributor with average talents and a great attitude any day over the enormously talented person with a bad or even average attitude. Of all the physical and mental traits possessed by human beings that will separate one person from the next, attitude stands alone as the great divider between average performance and peak performance. Men and women who truly work at creating and then protecting a great attitude will ultimately achieve far more than the person who does not understand the vital nature of this ingredient of success. So what exactly is a positive attitude? How does one acquire it? Based on both my field and consultant perspective, I would say a positive attitude is a disciplined decision of the mind to maintain a consistently confident expectation of good results. Let me run that back for y'all. Positive attitude is a disciplined decision of the mind to maintain a consistently confident expectation of good results. All right? Just say, the universe works for me. Yeah, the universe works for me. In essence, it is faith in a bright present and a brighter future. It is a decision to believe that God, Source, Universe, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, whatever, is in your corner, desiring to bring about your ultimate well-being, even though your current circumstances may not be the best. Shout out to my ancestors. You hold it down. A positive attitude is not, as some think, psyching yourself up in the hope that your fairy godmother will come to your rescue by dropping the dream downline in your lap. The proper mental outlook is based on faith. All right? Believe it before you see it. And when you believe it, then you'll see it. You should regard your attitude as an enormously valuable asset that deserves and demands careful protection. After all, you lock your valuables in a safe at home or you store them in a safe deposit box at the bank. When you leave your house, you probably turn on your alarm system to protect your tangible assets. However, did you ever stop to think that you could acquire that 10 times over if you develop and maintain the right attitude? Just about every network marketer can sustain a positive mindset when things are going well. And we are all prone to discouragement when things are not going so well. I'll share a secret to success in life, and especially in your network marketing venture. One of the secrets of being happy is learning how to keep your attitude from being on a constant roller coaster. Anyone can be up when your business is on a roll. How high do you feel when that prospect who you know will go into massive action promoting your opportunity gets in and gets growing? Anyone can be down when adversity strikes. How low do you feel when that person quits 2 weeks later? The person who survives to achieve success in network marketing is the person who is up when the average person is down. You must discipline yourself to understand that you are the sole proprietor of your mental outlook. There are innumerable issues that present themselves, right? It comes through, presents themselves each and every day that conspire to pollute your positive attitude. It's coming for your life. These thoughts are coming for your life, right? Difficult family relationships, money troubles, unhappy distributors, associates, rude customers, and the business environment. Have you ever gone through the day suspecting that your world is in a massive conspiracy to steal your attitude? It is, especially in America. If you allow the circumstances of your life or your business to determine your attitude, the circumstances of your life and your business will determine your attitude. I mean, that's how that goes, right? So if you allow it, then that's what will happen. The only thing that separates victory from defeat at these critical moments is a disciplined, positive attitude that has been purposefully developed. A positive attitude is a personal decision to believe the best about you, your organization, both upline and downline. I like to call them timelines, and the potential that your dreams will come true. It is a mental step of faith. I know that maintaining a positive attitude isn't always easy. Not always easy. It demands continual vigilance. Okay? You cannot fly on autopilot here. You have to work on it every day. But there are a few things in life that will pay you greater dividends than a fantastic attitude. Now that we have defined what a great attitude is, let's talk about how to develop one. Dun, 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 dun. But that's day 2's reading. Page 11. So we'll be back, love.